Yo, what's poppin'?
People.
And we got
We're back
Indigo draft PRs. It's Justin,
for
Spectrum, and
post
Peg.
draft.
We ain't here. Yes, sir.
We're
Spectrum
here
got
for
that stall team after the bets. A lot of these drafts here have like,
certain implications with them
yeah, for
via
like
some
coach
bets
bets and
from last
whatnot.
season.
But yeah,
Uh, but we're here for post draft season 4. Season 3 ended. Justin was the grand champion.
yes,
Congratulations to
sir.
Justin. And we're just here with our postseason drafts or post draft season 4 draft.
We got some new
So,
people in Indigo. We got Killua, we have Brett, we have Tor, we have JT, we have APT, and we have pretty much everybody except for me and Spectrum are the only Indigos left, right?
yep, and we have a wild tag that also
Yep.
has appeared.
I'm here too.
So me
A
and
wild
Spectrum are the
tag.
OGs of Indigo repping.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody ditched on us to
Yeah,
Evergrande,
fucking
CB and
Evergrande.
Nana.
Scumbags.
All right, so
You're
I guess we can
welcome.
just jump right into it.
Yep. So
Okay.
starting out at Justin or Pag's number 8, my number
You're
6,
six, and I had number 5
and
on him.
we'll talk about Killua's draft. So
Okay.
Killua's draft consists of Zapdos, Scizor, Arcanine, Gardevoir, Swampert, Mismagius, Megavinu, Guzzlord,
The GOAT.
Ambipom, Rhyperior, and Hariyama.
And the funny thing is about his draft is that he still has 160 points left over.
Yes. That is amazing.
That's really good, and his team already looks kind of scary as it is. Like
Yeah,
it looks
exactly.
it looks balanced. Like it's like an honest team. Like it's a 5th like draft pick team. It's like a kind of like a standard, but like Scizor can set up and they can sweep your team, or like just like Miss Magius is a really good tier 5 pick in my opinion. Like that
Yes.
one is slept on.
It is one of the best, honestly, in my opinion, tier 5.
Yeah, like it's like
bar
it's
none.
yeah. Like special ghost types are just so potent, especially with the high special attack stat and speed. It's just like it's too good of a steal for tier 5.
Mm-hmm. Like
And then,
the
like-
speed, offensive ghost, etc. It's really
Yeah.
solid.
Like his core between like Swampert, Venu, Arcanine with support from like Zapdos, Scizor, like it's just like a really good core.
But the problem I can see with Killua's team is like the first thing I want to bring up is his speed tiers. His speed tiers are very, very bad.
Yeah, outside of like Mismagius and Ambipom, and those won't always be brought in a game because he has to rely on his bulkiness to.
Like
get
I feel
wins.
like he's gonna support a lot on Tailwind support potentially. Maybe Tailwind could be a big factor, I guess. But
Tailwind from what?
Zapdos,
Zapdos
Arcanine,
gets it?
or Arcanine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Scizor gets it as well.
Wow.
Also, something that we did not know earlier, his Z users are Arcanine and Mismagius.
Yeah, I mean he's not even. I mean he might use, but I would have expected like Z. Actually, you know what? I don't even know. Maybe Z Guzzlord, but Z Mismagius, I can see that.
Yeah, of course. Like honestly, I really like Killua's team. It's balanced and it's like something I would like. It's something I would draft. The thing is, I'm seeing is he has like 2 really good setup options, and 3 if you want to count Rhyperior, I guess. He has a good breaker in Hariyama. I'm a big supporter of Hariyama. I think it's criminally underrated. He was tier 5 originally, but I pushed for it to be tier 4 because it's just so bulky and can be customized to take so many good hits and dish
What
them
I'd
out
like to
with
see him
guts.
do is use his 160 points to maybe get maybe a faster tier, maybe a faster fighting instead of Hariyama to help with his speed tiers that he can bring and just like break
potentially
through
Heracross or something.
Potentially
like that.
Heracross. I don't know if anybody's drafted me. Okay, no, Tor drafted me in Shadow.
Yeah.
I
feel like
yeah.
It's just his team is really weird. I do like it a lot because of the fact that it's just the problem with his team I'm finding is some mons can lose him momentum.
It's too passive.
It's passive, but it's not super passive, which we'll get to later.
Because like Scizor can set up, you can have it run on offensive Zapdos, you can Swampert even could you can put like a choice band Swampert or something. I mean league is endless.
The mon I think we're all skipping over that I really like lately is Gardevoir.
Yeah,
Gardevoir is it's honestly really solid. Like
Yeah,
I've
'cause you
been
can like
using it a lot in RU,
yeah.
and it's
Uh-huh.
like Choice Scarf Gardevoir is like one of my favorite things in RU right
You can
now.
also like trick item and like start combining
Yeah,
up on
and
like a
then you
wall or
can
something.
like stuff
Trick
like
combo.
for example my team for example something like Clefable, you can just
Hmm.
literally trick it, and then all of a sudden now you're looking at a Gardevoir setting up in your face, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Well, overall, Killua's team very balanced, somewhat passive, but he has set up good setup sweepers, and he could use the rest of his points to grab up maybe some better speed tiers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
there's Killua's draft.
Well, I have one more
Utah
thing.
State Umbreons.
go ahead,
Yes, go
Pat.
ahead, Peg.
Yeah, my biggest problem is the fact that he has only two mons over 100 base speed, being Mismagius 105 and Ambipom 115. So
Hmm.
when he goes up against something like a Kyurem Black that's at 95, or even some faster like Mega Kangaskhan,
Uh-huh.
Mega Sharpedo, when he goes up against stuff like that, he's gonna struggle so much. And then the other reason I had him dead last is because he drafted 5 tier 4s. Like, he has so much free points left over.
Yeah,
There's got to be something better that you can get besides
you're right.
like
I
five
mean,
tier
Tier 4 did
fours.
have a lot of good mons in it.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct. But I think Swampert it does not deserve to be tier 4. But it's a great pickup, I believe. I think he just needs to allocate his points to better mons, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he has a
But,
scary team as it is, and he can make it really a lot better.
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I had him
So
at 5th, Pack him at 8th, you had him at 6th, and that's Killua, Utah State Umbreons.
let's
Indigo
move
League,
on.
runner up from last season.
Yep.
That's Killua. All right,
Let's move on to Tort.
Tort. Okay.
I have Tort at number 4. Justin has Tort in last, and Pag has him at 4 as well.
Yeah, the thing is with me, let me just explain why I had him last, is that I couldn't see anybody else's drafts being better than his. Or, I mean, being worse than his. Like, granted, he has Coco, he has Pharaoh, he's got Kang, but, like, I just don't see the synergy in his team. Like, at all. I just don't see it. Like,
I can
Coco,
see
Pharaoh,
where
Aloe, like, it's cool, but I mean, if Kangaskhan can't even run seismic toss, and he's got like, I see it as like a random Deoxys speed. He's got a Kangaskhan, he's got a Pharaoh, he's got a Aloe, and he's got a Tapu Koko. Those are like his main
I
mons.
mean, he
Like, he
did
got
want,
Salamence, but
yeah,
like,
like he wanted Necrozma. I somewhat helped him with this, but not really. But
mhm.
like he wanted to put Necrozma over Deoxys Speed, but
Yeah,
obviously JT took Necrozma, so he couldn't
yeah,
really do much. His team is really like weird. Like I
yeah.
agree with you. His team is thrown together. Like Aloe Ferrothorn's a pain in the ass to break down,
Well,
especially with
yeah,
Wish
to an
support.
extent.
Skuntank, I've used Skuntank extensively in the past, and it's really it's nice to use,
It's a
honestly.
sleeper bring. I don't really, but I just think
Yeah,
his team relies so much on the mons that he already has that he doesn't have other mons to allocate into like last like a couple
yeah.
spots
Like
to
the 2 mons I don't understand on this team are, funny enough, Tapu Koko and Dust Noir. I
yeah,
don't understand those pick. Like Dust Noir could honestly, I feel like Dusclops is a lot better for this team.
especially because of EY. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then again, I can understand why you took Dust Noir because of Piloswine already being a Eviolite
Hmm.
user.
Yeah.
Tapu Koko, it's a great Pokemon, but not, I feel like, for this team. Like his team is really weird. Mienshao as a breaker is great. The U-turn between Mienshao and Koko is great, but when I think of U-turn momentum, I think of more like balanced offense kind of build.
I
Like this
mean,
team is more kind of a passive style
yeah, I
build.
think unless he's running like okay, the one problem that I see with his team is that he loses like the one like really big problem he has is that like any fighting type that has like they can hit really hard or you can like throw a band on it, he really struggles. And if he brings Dust Noir to deal with that, then he's losing other ones that he can put in that place to help build
Yeah,
his team. Because like Kangaskhan,
I could see that for sure.
Um, one thing that like, wait, did Justin cut out for you too? Because I can't hear.
I think he kind of disappeared.
Okay. All
His
right.
internet's been struggling lately.
Slight technical issues here, but I can go forward with mine, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually had him ranked quite highly because I really liked. I disagree. I think his team meshes very well. Aloma Mola, based on how I used it last season, I feel like you can slap it into any team and it can do its job fairly well because it only has one job. And then Tapu Koko, I heard somebody else said this like really well, and I agree with them. Tapu Koko works so well when it's with another fast mon that pressures like your opponent trying to run Scarfers, and Deoxy's speed doesn't quite work with that way. Normally people say Greninja, but Deoxy's speed I think can work in that role. Because like people who scarf themselves to outspeed Tapu Koko, they're still being outsped by Deoxys. So I think that's very nice. I think like he has so many breakers on this team. It's so hard to switch into. And then Ferrothorn can just set up hazards for Coco and Kangaskhan and Deoxys and Salamence all day. Same with Piloswine with rocks. The reason I have him 4th instead of higher is because his fire type is Simisear.
Hey, Simisear, you don't sleep on that mon. I actually really like Simisear as a mon, believe it or not. I have him at 4th as well because even though I've been kind of dragging on his team a little bit, like I can see the whole point of how this team works. It's just, I don't know. It's just like part of me is just like not a fan of specific Pokemon. Like I said, Tapu Koko on his team, I don't think meshes too well with this style of builds. Because like Lando T, for example, would fit 10 times better on this team than Tapu Koko would. Like that's just how I feel about it. Like it just doesn't mesh for me. Like I have him at 4, obviously as well. So
Okay, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yes,
you're good.
we can hear
Oh my
you.
gosh. Okay, all right. I don't know what happened. I guess I got disconnected or something. But did,
Yeah.
did anybody hear what I said about George's team?
No.
It cut out at the very beginning.
Dang. Okay. All right. Well, what did you guys run from that?
So basically, we were just running down like why me and Peg rank him at 4. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
it.
Yeah. The only thing I was saying was that he loses to banded fighting types, and his only answer is Salamence and with like intimidate bulky. And if they read that and they predict it with an ice punch, then he loses his one counter to banded fighting types. But that's the only thing I have to say.
Okay.
That he's just weak to those. Because Kobo's not an answer, and neither is Deoxys Speed. So
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. And the other
Okay.
thing that I said was that I don't see any of the other teams being worse than his. Like a lot of the teams that people drafted are really good, and we'll get into those later. But I just
Yeah.
really liked all of the drafts from Indigo.
Right. So let's move on. Let's move on to Pag. We'll save
Right.
later for him in a
Move
little
on
bit.
to
Let's move
Mr.
on to
Pag.
Pag.
Mr. in the
So-
call Pag.
That's
So
me.
Peg, I'll let you tell us your team.
Yeah,
Alright.
give us a rundown of what you're thinking.
So
Yeah.
my team is Lando T, which is one Z user, Sylveon, Greninja, Incineroar, Gourgeist, Cryogonal, Megalodios, Rotom Wash, a Selgor, a Hitmonchan, which is another Z user, and Jirachi.
First thing I just want to say, Gen 6 call, they want their Lando T Rotom Wash core back. Oh, and also throw in that Jirachi too. Get that shit out of here. Here's the thing, right? Like I somewhat enjoy Peg's team. The problem I can personally see, I've already brought up to Peg what I can already see his problem being with his team is, for example, really strong offensive mons really mess this team up. For example, strong ice types. Like, Pag, your whole team gets 6-0'd by Bolt Beam. Low key. Like, something like Starmie would eat this team alive.
Like Clefable Bulbine would like...
Yeah. Like,
Or
something
like
with, like, a good mon with great coverage just demolishes this team. Like I said, Starmie is, like, the perfect example of a mon that would demolish Pag.
Yeah, it would tear
Outside of
through.
Greninja.
I mean, it wouldn't be like bad. It just like it would like come in and like Life Orb hits would just like put a dent into
Yeah.
your team.
outside of Greninja. Like
Right.
Greninja's like your one saving grace from not completing getting shit on. Selgor, I really like the Selgor pick because obviously I'm a huge advocate for it.
Yeah, I love a Slugger.
Yeah, Spikes and T-Spike support is really nice. Gorgeist, I love personally. I can't really hate on Gorgeist.
I love Double Intimidate. I love that.
Yes, Incineroar, Lando T. I love that core as well.
Yeah.
Plus Rotom Wash in there as well is also really
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, let me give my 2 cents on it. I think his team is really good defensively, like with to help on the physical side, but I think he struggles on the special side because he does have Latios, he doesn't have Latias, and his only real Spadef wall is Sylveon, and that can get beat out by a lot of other special mons that can just like poison types, for example, or just.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I like Lando T. I like Incineroar. I like Latios.
Like I like
Rotom.
all these
I just think
ones
it's.
individually, but
I just don't think it doesn't have a lot of offensive pressure outside of Lando, and then like Incineroar is slow. Like he doesn't have any fast offensive pressure that's gonna make me threatened. Like a Blacephalon, or let's say like Tapu Koko has like hard power that's fast.
yeah.
Or Huron Black or anything like you understand. You get what I'm saying? Like outside of Latios, but I feel like Latios has to be run in some situations to help out Lando and Rotom Wash if there's going to be the walls or Sylveon to, like get like a Steel Dragon Fairy core going on. I think that as long as he doesn't he brings things that can combat his weakness to Ball Beam and Mons that have great coverage, his team is great with Double Intimidate. And if he makes Lando his main attacker, maybe combat it with like Calm Mind Lottie at some points, that he has a great offensive side too.
Correct.
Right,
so.
and that's one thing I want to bring up. Like outside of like Lottie and Cryogonal and Gorgeist, everything has some form of momentum gain.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You got U-turn. You got U-turn on Incineroar. You got U-turn on Lando. You got Volt Switch. You got Final Gambit turn 1. Kill something with a Celigor if you wanted to. I mean, it's really cool.
Nice Chan.
I mean, I'm saying it was so hard to rank these teams because, like I said before, like every
they're
team
all
is actually
solid.
solid.
Dude, it took me like
outside of
3 days to prep to get
Anyways,
this list, honestly,
okay.
just thinking.
Moving on.
We're doing Brett.
Brett. Okay, we're doing Brett's team.
First off,
the new guy.
First off, how the fuck do you pronounce his name? Macargo Brett Aviv?
I guess.
Aviv?
People don't even make like real like names anymore. They're just like their own. Like, I don't know.
Well, no, it's based off of I think Tel Aviv, which is in Israel.
I don't fucking know.
Okay. Well,
anyway, his team consists of Kieran Black, Mamoswine, Decidueye, Zoroark, Registeel, Licky Licky, Mega Diancie, Deoxys Defense, Vaporeon, Electivire, Golbat. His Z-Mons are Electivire and Kieran Black. First things first, I fucking hate Kieran Black and Mamoswine on the same fucking team. No. I will fucking defend this till the day I die. I cannot stand either of them. Like, I like I know what they're both are good. Mamoswine, I would honestly draft before I would draft Kieran Black. Mamoswine is good, but pairing it with Kieran Black, 2 breakers on the same team make no sense.
Hey, I'll say one thing. Keldeo destroys his team. Keldeo like rips apart everything.
Yes, it really does.
Whoever's got Keldeo, you got a free matchup versus Brett. That's all I'll say.
JT.
Actually, JT just wins. Well, anyway,
don't they actually play this week? I think they do.
Yeah,
they do. That's actually that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. So Brett, okay, here's the thing. This is why I really I placed him at last. Brett's team to me is just all offense. Dark types rip his team apart, bar Mega Diancie. Dark types and fighting types rip him apart. Like, let's just say something, for example, like a Conkeldurr or, like you pointed out, Keldeo. They just rip this team in half.
And then they can just throw things back and just like...
Yeah. Like, Deoxys Defense is like his really good fighting answer, but then again, like I mentioned, something like, for example, your Mega Sharpedo, for example, Justin, rips Brett's team in half. It literally tears him a new asshole, and he has no fucking switches to it.
You're actually true, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at it now. If I'm at +1, he has no switches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His team relies way too much on passive bulk, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden now you're looking at two of the best breakers in this format on the same team, might I add. They're not doing anything because of the fact that they're both weak to fighting, and then Decidueye. Then again, Dark. Like I said, something like Conkeldurr or
Decidueye's slow,
something.
and his fastest mon's his Mega, and
And then it goes down to
his Mega
Zoroark.
has to have some of the resistances to Dark, and that's his offensive
Yeah,
mon. It's like,
exactly.
but
His
I do
team,
like, DoD Vaporeon outside of what we aforementioned before. I do like DoD Vaporeon, like wish support between them, maybe Golbat as well as an Eviolite mon. I just don't
another
know where
thing.
his how is he gonna? I guess never mind.
I don't see his setup options. Like his setup
Yeah.
is Zoroark.
Mega
Zoroark
Diancie,
and
Mega Diancie gets rock
Decidueye.
polish. Mega Diancie gets rock polish.
I mean, still.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
Mega Diancie is hard to set up with because it's so frail.
yeah, but then again, we also did get rid of the Mega First Turn
Right.
rules, so
We did.
I can kind of see that. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of is Vaporeon and Licky Licky on the same team.
Vaporeon, Licky Licky. Okay.
Because they're both wish support mons, they kind of do the same thing, except Vaporeon does it a lot better than Licky Licky, in my opinion.
What is Licky Licky even doing on this team? Vaporeon does everything
Yeah,
that
it just adds a fighting weakness. Like, honestly, something like, for example, I don't know, like a decent flying type would even suffice this team a lot better. That's just a problem I'm finding, is he doesn't have, like, something, I don't know, like, I feel like a good flying type would really help this team out. Not Golbat. I hate Golbat. Golbat is garbage, and I will defend that.
I don't think it's that bad. I just think it loses
just
a lot
yeah.
with Eviolite. It just loses a lot.
Yes. Like, I don't know. Like, his team is just really awkward. It like I said, it just loses to too much offense. He's saying like I can understand the point of this team, break down everything. Like, I'm hating on the team. I can't say that. But the thing that pisses me off about this team is, like I said, Kieran Black, Mamoswine on the same team, and then he has like so much bulk around it that his bulk has to be relied on a lot just so he can make sure he doesn't lose to specific threats. And it's no.
All right. Well, now that we're done crapping on his team, I'll say the good thing is, I do like Kieran Black and Mamoswine. Ice is like in my opinion, one of the best offensive typings in the game.
Yeah.
I'll say that he will overwhelm people with like Kieran Black plus Mamo, and and especially with like help from Diancie, and then if he can get Magic Bounce to work some, or maybe versus like my team, like a Spike Stack or something that just like hard offense tears his team apart. But if he can kill them before they murder his team, then I feel like he can do well. He just has to keep up offensive momentum with his team.
Yeah.
Because once he starts losing momentum and he has to rely on his walls to rip apart or to wall things, then that's when he gets weakened by like dark fighting, all that other stuff we were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to kind of bring up that I don't really see a lot of things talking about. I feel like his offensive 3 are going to come every single week.
They're right. Yeah,
and they're all weak to steal. They're all weak to steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one thing I think that a sleeper mon that he has is Decidueye. Now, I think he should have made Decidueye a Zmon. I think he should have made Decidueye a Zmon because Kieran Black needs other items other than Z. Like, I don't think Kieran Black needs to be
No.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Decidueye, you get it under a sub, and then you fire off because Z, like Ghost type is really hard to switch into. So I think if he could use something with the Decidueye, but obviously Z-Mons are already over, so that's fine. But I do like his team.
Is such a good mon.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, we'll see what happens. Moving on. We're going to move on.
Okay, after Brett.
Yeah. After Brett, we're going to bring up
APT.
APT, yes.
All right, I'll talk about APT. I'll introduce APT's team because I actually really liked his. I almost put it up. No, I'll talk that later. Okay, APT team, right? He's got Volcarona, Lucha, Serena, Haxorus, Drapion, Zebstrika, Mega Aggron, Feeny, Espeon, Mudsdale, Frostnest. I really like this team.
I do too.
I like his I like Mono Lucha. I really do. If I'm being honest, I like Mono Lucha. I like
He has Finny. He has
Volcarona.
Finny.
I like
Finny
Feeney
and
plus
Lucha.
Agron is really good. I've used that in a league in the past that I got to
Yeah.
finals with. That was a really fun team. Mudsdale complements it well.
Yeah.
He's got Volcarona, the setup sweeper god, and he's got really good backup to support rocks and Feeney. Like Feeney is like a really good
Feeney
bulky
and Espion.
defogger.
And
Yeah.
But that's a problem. He only has 2 helpers for hazards. Like,
I mean, I think a
I
lot of you need
here's
that.
the thing. I've always supported.
He has
I
Serena
always
too.
said.
Serena gets rapid spin.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Here's the thing. I always said Volcarona is a mon that doesn't need it necessarily the support, but functions godly with the support.
Yeah.
So that being said, Volcarona is honestly, like I've said, and then pairing it with Finny Aggron just really helps it. And then having that offensive fucking physical dragon Haxorus, Jesus Christ. Like that thing can just rip teams in half by itself. Like Haxorus and Volcarona together, honestly, is a really nice pairing. Like I always paired Volcarona with Zygarde more so than Haxorus, but like Zygarde 10 I used in season 2. But honestly, Haxorus fits the build just as well. I really like Haxorus a lot.
For sure.
Dude, it hits like a goddamn truck.
Yeah, especially his setup sweepers are like can put dents into teams. Like, and with the support of Aggron Feeney, I really like his team a lot. Like, I feel like he'll definitely make playoffs with his team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we also didn't get to see him that much last season because he filled in for somebody. But I actually think he's a really good player.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see how he does in the season.
I liked. And plus, he has the momentum between Serena, Zebstrika, like dry baton pass from Sylveon.
Yeah, he's got fast mons too, like Lucha. He's got Espeon.
Yeah.
He's got a bulky ground type. I mean, his team is really well put together.
And plus, Finny Lucha together. I mean, that's one core that not many people. Everyone knows Coco Lucha.
Yeah, it's sleep on. Yeah, Coco Lucha. Yeah, but I mean, at Finny Lucha, I remember Chu actually won a league with that. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely and also like good for the Spadef side too. But I really do like his team a lot. I do like him.
I do too. One thing that I do want to bring up, the reason I have him ranked so low is because, okay, his answers to bulky water types are Zebstrika and Serena. Zebstrika is a tier 5 mon. Granted,
he's a Serena.
It's a fast electric, but you're not going to be bringing Zebstrika that often because you're sacrificing something else. Serena, a lot of times, is forced into a more defensive rapid spin type role. Like, yeah, it can brings grass attacks, but a lot of times you have to put it into bulk. You have to put EVs into bulk in order to get more rapid spins off throughout the game because he has Volcarona, so he's going to be wanting to either rapid spin or defog with Finny in order to get hazards away for his Volcarona. So I feel like he's going to be running the Serena more defensively.
I disagree with you. 120 base attack is nothing to laugh at. Even if he doesn't run any EVs in attack, power whips to Alamomolas with no EVs are still going to be doing a crap ton of damage, even if he wants to run defensive. And he doesn't even have to. He has a Mega Aggron plus Feeney plus Mudsdale. You can even get support from mons I guess there's not really much else, but like those are his 3 main defensive mons. But I mean, he's got Toxic Spikes and Drapion, Rocks, and then he can just overwhelm you with offense from Volcarona and Haxorus. And he also has Feeney Lucha plus Volcarona plus Haxorus. He just like 3 setup mons plus Aggron, which is like a great defensive mon that can take hits from all sides of the spectrum and can't get O-code by pretty much anything. I think his team is like super good.
Yeah.
I really like it. I actually probably should have put it way above what I usually did.
But I could see him struggling with mons like Vaporeon, Swampert.
Okay, I guess I could see what you're saying. I mean, he just has to get some +2. I mean, he has to get like mons to set up a little bit first before he does damage. But I mean, when he does set up, he's gonna be running through teams.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's APT.
Yeah. So let's move. I guess we talk about me.
Okay, Spectrum. Let's talk about you.
So my team
consists. Go ahead.
So my team consists of Clefable, Gliscor, Kyurem, Amoonguss, Hitmontop, Rhydon, Mega Sableye, Slowbro, Heatran, which is a Zmon, Tauros, and Electrode, which is a Zmon.
Let me
So
say one thing. Ew.
I mean, yeah.
Because I know you were forced into the bet from JT, and I think you did a really good job of picking up Stallmons that are actually really good. And you don't really think you do have a Speedmon that can actually does have a decent speed tier in Kyurem that can also be run like in a stally way with like Subroo's Toxic or something along those lines. You have stall, but Stallmons that can set up while also taking hits like Clef, Gliscor. You got
Sab.
Mega Sableye. You got Slowbro. Tran can even be run offensively and it can hit really hard. So I think yeah, I mean I think it's great.
Yeah.
I
See,
think it's
my
a good team.
problem. See, I placed myself at number 5 because
Uh-huh.
of a few specific reasons. One, something I mentioned about Killua's team, speed tiers. Like, so for example, I have to build my first opponent. For example, right, is Tort. Tort. The way I'm looking at the matchup is basically he can run Adamant and Modest a lot outside of Electrode. Like, no one's gonna be speed creeping Electrode whatsoever. Like, my speed tiers are so fucking easily exploitable because of the fact that I didn't really patch that up too well. Like, my fastest mon besides Electrode and Tauros is base 95 with
Right.
Kyurem and Gliscor. So
Uh-huh.
everyone and their brother is going to be running Adamant, Modest, or plus attacking nature, really, plus speed. The only team that really can't do that so much is Killua, ironically enough. So
Yeah.
that's the one problem I'm going to be finding with my team.
Uh-huh.
A lot of another thing I really am like. I know these mons a lot. The new mons, I know these mons, but I'm very, very, I'm not
Just not used to
super.
Stallmon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know
well,
a lot of these.
I had you at first, and the reason that I had you at first is because if I was gonna draft stall, I would draft something similar to this because it's really good. You have an Intimidator, you got a bulky water, you've got Tran, which is really good on stall teams, and it can break stall teams. You've got Clef, the God. I don't even have to say anything about Clef. Clef just explains itself. It can be run in so many different ways and just break apart teams late game or even early game with just calm mindsets, cosmic power. It can be run stealth.
And he cut out again. So basically,
You don't even need like what you were saying about speed tiers. I think on some stall teams you don't even need it because you're just gonna have so many mons that can just take hits from whatever that it's not even gonna matter. Like Sableye, like let's just like put like a team of 6 together: Clef, Gliscor, Kyurem, Amoonguss, Sableye, or let me throw out Kyurem. So Gliscor, Clef, Mega Sab, Slowbro, Heatran, and Amoonguss. That is so annoying to deal with. Like super annoying.
yeah.
Like if you don't have like hazards up or you don't have a mon that's just like Hoopa, then it's really hard to break through.
And ironically enough, Hoopa Unbound actually went undrafted too.
Yeah, so I mean you're kind of good there. I mean, and you also have good mons that complement your fairy weakness. Like you've got Tran, you've got Amoonguss, you have Intimidate support with Hitmontop, you've got a Rapid Spinner, you've got Defoggers, Rockers, and you have a Magic Bouncer. So I think it's really well put together for a stall team.
Yeah, I think, one thing that I really love about this team is that every time, well, not every time, most of the time I've seen regular Kyurem in Draft League, it's been on a stall team, and every time I've seen it, it's done phenomenal because it's naturally bulky. And then another thing I want to bring up is that
Stabilize 6 hoes your team.
stall teams tend to struggle with hazards because you're constantly switching the defensive mon to check what's in front of you. Hitmontop is a great bulky rapid spinner, and Hitmontop fits with the team so well. Like you're not gonna struggle with hazards very much if you have Hitmontop.
He's got Gliscor with Defog too, and that's a great defogger as well.
Right, and because of the Gen 7 thing, you can run it with Toxic Heal now. You can run Defog with Toxic Heal. So yeah, I love the way this team is built. Yeah, I honestly want to try this team myself.
It looks really fun. I do like it a lot, for sure. And like your Zmon and Heatran, like you could even run like even if you're like weak to some grass types, because I guess I could be a problem if you lose your Amogus early on, like grass type spam, and you could just. All right, I mean, yeah, like grass types, and then your Tran could do well against those, or even you could run like Z Sunny Day Tran or like Bloom Doom or anything really. I think it's really cool. But
You
yeah,
already
speed
know.
tiers are a little bit of a problem, but I think with your bulk you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But,
You already know that I'm about to fucking run Z Explosion Electro at least once this season.
Wait, how much does that do? How much base power?
It does 200. I wondered it too, but it only drops down to 200. Then you have like so basically like 2 kills if you're good enough. But anyway,
That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's move on. One of the last like 2 teams we have to talk about is JT.
All right,
we'll talk about JT. JT, I have at I believe number 1. Yes.
JT at 1.
So
yeah.
I'll run down his team because, funny enough, I was actually drafting 2 drafts because I was actually drafting for JT because he was extremely busy with moving and work. So I know that struggle. So JT's team consists of Celesteela, which is a Zmon, Necrozma, Darmanitan, Umbreon, Cofagrigus, Archeops, which is his other Zmon, Mega Ampharos, Bulu, Bronzong, Keldeo, Slacking. Holy shit. Okay, where the fuck do I even begin with this team? Let me start out by saying this. Okay. Everyone, I thought I remember seeing everyone in the chat was like making fun. It was like questioning Archeops and Slacking on this team. And it honestly just adds to so much more that JT can do with his team. So JT's team consists of like 5 different fucking layers, and it's ridiculous. This is what I love about draft, is because looking at a draft like JT's, it has like so many fucking layers to it. You can just piece it out together. So he has the Trick Room option, right? With Cofagrigus, offensive Celesteela, defensive Necrozma, Bulu's decent under Trick Room, Bronzong speaks for itself under Trick Room, and Ampharos, right? He has that option. He has the potential of Archeops and Slacking with Mummy from Cofagrigus. That's why he drafted both of them, is because he was telling me. He's like, Slacking fits with this team fun. It's a fun mon because of the fact that I can use it with Mummy Cofagrigus, get the Mummy. All of a sudden, now you're looking at a Slacking that has like uber level stats and can just rip teams in half. And then he has the pure offense power of Necrozma, Celesteela with their own setup.
Yeah,
he has
I agree
grassy terrain.
I'll give my 2 cents on it.
Good.
Wait, Pat, you there?
Yes.
Sorry, I won't shut up. I like this team. Love this team. Like, this is my personal favorite draft. So
Yeah,
I'll let you guys talk about it.
Wait, okay, Pat, you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, all right.
I looked over. Okay, so you know how APT's team, I brought up that it sort of loses to bulky waters. Brett's loses to fighting type with coverage. JT's, like, I look over this team and I don't see any specific role that he struggles with. I don't see it at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like Mega Ampharos, Umbreon with support. You've got Bulu, you've got Bronzong, you've got Kofag, you've got Necrozma that can be run whichever way. You've got Selly, and you've got offensive pressure with Darm and Keldeo, and you've got a Mega Ampharos. Like, dude, this team is really, really solid.
He really helped out his like. So Bulu is a mon that like specific support. He fucking nailed it perfectly with Bulu, and Bulu is terrifying.
I mean, because you're gonna get grassy, and like another part of this team is that all of it benefits from the grassy terrain. It's you're gonna get
Celesteela.
Yeah, you're gonna get leftovers. It's like it's gonna supremely complement his team. Like Umbreon's gonna be getting 12% of their runs leftover. Yeah. It's gonna be super hard to break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I really like it a lot.
This is like my personal favorite team of the entire.
I do like it a lot. I have that second.
Indigo. I have it number 1.
I'm really looking forward. The match I'm looking forward to. I know we're talking about drafts here, but the match I'm looking forward to the most is Spectrum versus JT, because those are the two drafts that I had. They were gonna be the 2 drafts I had at best, and I want to see those face off because they look really fun.
And honestly, it's gonna be a fun between the 2. So.
Yeah, and then one thing, the reason I don't have JT above Spectrum and Justin is just because Mega Ampharos, from what I've seen, has been so underwhelming every time I've seen it. I have a really hard time envisioning Mega Ampharos doing something. However, if it's going to do something, this is the team it's going to do it on.
Because the way I'm looking at it, right, is Mega Ampharos doesn't like what? Dragon types, ground types, and ice types? Maybe
Very,
outside of...
very spammable types, yeah.
And Bulu literally covers like 2 of them very easily. And then Bronzong covers the other one.
And its typing
safely,
is
too.
amazing. Like Grass Fairy, like is
Yes.
such a good typing.
The only little complaint that I kind of brought up to him and he agreed with it was Z-Mons. I would have personally done Z-Necrozma, Z-Kofag for this team, but that's just me.
For sure, yeah.
That's the only thing I told him about, and he's like, I agree, but it's fine. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not
it's
complaining.
fine.
Z-Celesteela is amazing in its own right,
Yeah.
but still, that's just
Yeah.
that's just the one
I like
little...
his team a lot. I like Mega Ampharos personally. That Mega is so fire.
It is. I like Ampharos a lot.
amazing.
And honestly, here's the one we not really talking about is Keldeo. And like Keldeo can like just going over some of these
It
drafts,
can just
right?
run through teams, especially with the supporting guys.
Yeah, seriously. Like I'm looking at it, right? Tort has literally maybe 2 switch-ins to it.
Yeah. Other thing about his team, something that doesn't even matter, but it's really colorful, and that's what I like about it.
Yes.
It's really colorful, like
that's just
Ampharos Darm. Yeah, I like it.
I mean, is there really any bad points to talk about? There's like no really wasted picks, honestly. I feel like
I really I don't think there's any wasted because like even when he has like his like slacking, like that thing could even come in and like just
nuke something.
Overwhelm you.
Yeah. Like the only complaint mon maybe would be Archeops, but still Archeops is amazing in its own right. It has so many different roles it can fill. Like maybe his hazard options I could see.
Maybe a little bit better hazard options, but still I think he'd be fine.
Like he only has stealth rocks on the team.
Yeah.
Like everyone else went for stack. JT's like bump all that. I just want rocks.
Yeah, I guess that could be the only problem.
Yeah.
Because he has to bring Archeops or Bronzong every game if he wants rocks.
I mean, Necrozma can get it.
Oh, Necrozma can't do it. You're right.
But I don't.
But then again, you don't want to run defensive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll talk. I guess there's only one team left to talk about, and that's you, Justin.
Yes,
so you break down you.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to run HO, so that's what I did. And I had the first pick of the draft, and I wanted to revolve my draft around Zygarde 50. And I drafted that first. So I have Zygarde 50, Klefki, Crobat, Cobalion, Seismitoad, Rotom Frost, Mega Sharpedo, Mew, Blacephalon, Linoon, and Vileplume. And pretty much everything is just hard hyper offense. And it tears through a lot of the teams that I've seen in Indigo based off of just spike stack rocks. I don't have any toxic spikers, but
can I just say one thing that I'm very thankful for, finally? What? Somebody actually drafted Mew, right, and actually made it a fucking Z-Mon. Mm-hmm. Seriously, we've had Mew Z allowed since Season 2. Every single time somebody drafted Mew, put their Z-Mon on something else. They put their fucking Z-Mon on something else. Yeah, JS did it last season. I think CB did it one season. I wanted to smack these people.
JT had it last season in Evergrande. JT had it in Evergrande.
No, okay. Now, the one thing I'll say about my team is that the one mon that doesn't fit, obviously, is like Vileplume, but I just wanted to have a mon.
No, I disagree. I disagree completely. Because Vileplume, in its own right, helps your team out a lot. Like, it helps out with your fairy.
It does help it, yeah.
Your fairies. Is because Klefki's great, yeah, but it's worn down. Yeah. Vileplume is a great mon because of the fact that it helps with your fairies. It has Strength Sap. It has Synthesis, Sleep Powder. Like, your team...
It's a good support mon.
Yeah, something like, for example, my Clefable, for example, right? Clefable would run through this team outside of Vileplume, potentially.
Right, yeah.
Like,
I mean, and the thing is that most of the things that I'm going for, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but you get overwhelmed with offense. Like, if I get Klefki in and I set up spikes and I get rocks up, and then I get my screens up, you've got to deal with Zygarde 50 DD, you've got to deal with Mega Sharp in the late game, you've got to deal with any type of Mew that I bring, and you have to deal with Blacephalon, and possibly even BD Linoon. I can even bring Koba. I can run Dual Dance Koba, or I can.
One thing,
it's just I think I just have so much offense that I just like it.
So the one thing that I'm like, I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure how many times you're gonna bring Munium. I don't think really often. Because of the fact that your team has E-Speed Zygarde, E-Speed Belly Drum Linoon, Klefki, which I'm not sure if Prankster's negated by Psychic Terrain. I've never really tested that.
I believe it is.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah. Like Psychic Terrain, for example, for your team, right?
Yeah.
You know, I really wish, I guess it could power up your Sharpedo Psychic Fangs, which is kind of fire.
Oh, no, he doesn't get Psychic Terrain. Mew doesn't.
Psychic, no.
No, you get off the
I'm
Medium
talking
Z.
Medium Z.
Oh, off of the Genesis Supernova. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Like, Sharpedo could be kind of fire with it, because then Sharpedo can just, like, rip more
Oh, for
teams
sure.
apart. But, I like your team, but I can see some complaints with it. Like I said, fairy types I brought up. Like, your fairy
Oh, for
switch-in is Klefki, Vileplume, and Blacephalon.
I mean, I have Crobat as well.
Crobat, but I mean,
and I also
Crobat.
No. The Cobra's not really that great. I tried to at least get some Pokemons to complement
Alleviate,
just hard HO, like Seismitoad and Cobra and Vileplume, and even Mew can even be run.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm just hoping you don't fucking shove Mew into the defensive role like 9 times out of 10.
But this is hard HO. Come on.
Like, see, I like your draft. Like I said, it's just I'm a little questioning the Linoon a little bit, but I can understand why it's on
slapped
there.
it on there to have a normal time. It will just tear through things with extreme speed.
Well, here's the thing. The reason I have Justin's team at number 1 on my list is because every single mon on his team forces prep out of your opponent to the point where his opponent is not going to have enough for everything. Like, Mega Sharpedo, you have to have something to... If you're not going to try and outspeed it at +1, you have to have something that takes a hit from that. Blacephalon, you have to stop it from snowballing. Mew, there's 10,000 things that Mew can do. You have to try and cover for all of them. You have to try and cover for Linoon, which is a lot harder than you think. Even Vileplume. Vileplume, I believe, gets Strength Sap.
Yeah.
And so that can just pick apart your physical attackers. Zygarde 50, you need 1,000 arrows switch in, which there's not a ton of in the league. There's not really that many at all.
Fuck out of here.
There's not as many 1,000 arrows switch in as you think, and especially if Zygarde's boosted a couple of times. Then
I'm gonna eat Justin's ass with my team. Shit, fuck out of here.
Klefki personally.
Anyway.
Klefki personally is one of my favorite mons in draft format. It's a lot more versatile than people think. Crobat,
I agree with you.
Crobat is criminally underrated.
Yeah, it's got a great speed tier, and I feel like its typing and a fast flying type is really important.
And even Rotom Frost, like the little that I've seen of Rotom Frost has not been very good, but the fact that you're putting a Z move on it makes me think that you can actually use it well because you don't have to rely on 70% accurate blizzards.
Rotom Frost is the GOAT, can confirm.
And its typing is actually really good too. Like,
nice Z Rain Dance.
It's such a great offensive typing. It's amazing.
It's like Volt Beam with stab, so it's like amazing.
Yeah.
And even for Seismitoad only having one weakness being Grass, that forces like HP Grasses out of your opponent, but Zygarde forces HP Ices. Like every single mon on this team forces prep out of your opponent to the point where they can't cover everything.
Yeah, that's really what I was going for. You pretty much said exactly what I was going to say. Is that I wanted to be annoying, and that's kind of what this HO draft is.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think I have like really good options with like rocks from like, every different kind of mon, and my speed tiers are really great, and I can also run defensive if I wanted to. So I think I got a good draft. I put myself at 3rd because I didn't think that.
Just be modest.
I didn't know how HO would
right?
phase in league. What?
You're just being modest, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I haven't tried HO before, so I don't really know where it's at, but I just think that Spectrum and JT's team are more bulky and maybe fill in different roles. But, I mean, we'll see how HO goes. So
yeah, pretty much. So
like
I guess we could just move right into the last little thing we'd like to discuss with PRs is the week 1 schedule.
Oh, we're doing that?
Yeah, we'll do scheduling here. So
okay.
So week 1's matches are Brett and Pack. Who do you guys think are gonna? Well, then we'll go over who do you think we're gonna win. So Brett and Pack. I personally, looking at based on team matchup, I got to give the edge to Pack. But I can also see Brett also pulling it out. Who do you think will win, Justin? out of these
Between
two.
who?
Pag and Brett.
Oh, okay, we're doing before.
Yes.
Let me look at the matchups. Hold on.
I just want to
Pag.
say, look at
Uh,
Brett's offense and then look at my offense. Like his offense just completely outclasses mine. He
Lando T destroys him. That's all I'll say.
Well,
he has two icebreakers though, being Kirim and Mamo. Like that's
Oh,
so.
I mean, only okay, but you have what do you have to combat that? You have a Rotom Wash, you have a Cryogonal, you have Sylveon Fatigue, you have
Lord.
Intimidate Incineroar. I mean, I'm just saying that he has no switch into Lando. He has Mons to
Yeah.
combat it, but if they're not in versus him, where's his switching?
Touche.
+2 Z Sky, +2 Earthquake. You got nothing. He's got nothing.
So that's that. So you got Pag as well?
Yeah, I got Pag.
Alright. Okay. So let's move on to APT versus JT.
I got JT.
I was looking at I was looking at team matchup before this battle took place. Honestly, I was looking at it, and the way I was looking at it was JT had no switch into Volcarona, basically. So I had to give the edge to APT just for that regard, because of the fact that, like I said, JT switching to Volcarona is
He's got an Ampharos.
And Ampharos is beating Volcarona? Hello?
A Spadaf one could, yeah.
You could catch this fucking Savage Spin out. Well,
Or he could just run like Scarf Keldeo or something that could put
yeah,
him in
too.
worse.
I mean, that's yeah. So, like I said, I personally just have to give the edge to APT because of Volcarona.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I just think
decimating.
JT's offense.
Oh, I'm not doubting JT. Like I said, I'm just saying based on matchups.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good.
I got to give the edge to you again, Justin, because of the fact that you beat Killa's ass before and still. And honestly, just looking on the new teams, yeah, basically.
I think my matchup's great, and he doesn't really have anything to beat Shark. So
yeah,
if I set it up right, he'll just lose a Shark late game.
Yeah. Me and Tort, I can't call this one. I feel like this one's pretty even.
I think.
Like this one's real. Since I've been prepping for this match, it's like these fucking teams are like so they each can cover each other so nicely.
I think your Mega Sableye puts in a lot of work.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've been noticing as well. So, and I'm just gonna keep this in full regard here. We already played these matches, but we're just kind of going.
Yeah, we're just talking about before.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the Evergrande week ones.
Yeah.
Are we gonna discuss the outcomes or what?
No, that'll be for week 1 PRs. So that's pretty much it for us, and we'll be back for week 1 relatively soon.
All right.
Thank you all for watching, and peace.
Bye.